BTS is now a global phenomenon, but 5 years ago, when a popular Penn State University sociology professor predicted they would take over the world, not all of his students were convinced. Today, Dr. Sam Richards could be considered a visionary.
If you don't know things like who these guys are, you're not going to compete in the world that is emerging.
Welcome, Dr. Richards, to The Globalists.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be here.
We are very happy to have you here. Let's start off with BTS. 5 years ago, I saw one of your lectures in terms of 5 years ago you noticed BTS, which was a relatively early aspect.
Yeah, very much so.
Of BTS. What did you see in BTS at the time?
So I'm a musician. I started playing drums when I was 12, and I'm an amateur ethnomusicologist. So I listen to music from all over the world, including K-pop. I've been listening to K-pop for 20 years. And I was waiting for a K-pop group that was going to really explode onto the global stage. You know, so back in the day, Girls' Generation, there were different bands that I thought, okay, this is going to be big. But they never were somewhere like the United States. And then one day, that one morning, I woke up and I heard on the BBC that the BTS broke the 24-hour download record that was set by Taylor Swift. And I sat up in bed and I said, this is it, this is the band. And I had heard of BTS, I'm sure I had listened to BTS, but I went into class that day and I said, okay, now this is it, get ready.
Oh, yeah. So, dude, 45 million in 24 hours. Taylor Swift's record was like 43 and a half. How many have never heard of this band? Never heard of them. You want to know who these guys are.
BTS is the band, and you're going to know them. Your parents will know them. Your grandparents will know them. It's going to be the biggest pop group probably in the world.
But at that lecture, you said that when you asked your students how many knew about BTS, only 5 raised their hand.
Yeah, 5 or 6 or 7 or something, and nobody did. But you know, a year later, I asked the same question, and about 2/3 of the class raised their hand.